What are the statistics on how many people a day are getting hacked and are having issues? Do you know that?
Well, yeah, I do. How about there are nearly 1 million new malware threats released every day?
What?
Every day. 1 million new. 1 million new malicious threats, malware threats released per day around the world.
By
Hackers. These are malicious, right? So this is malicious threats. So you think about trying to stay ahead of that.
So it's not just a couple of dudes out there that are.
No,
it's
it's big time.
Is this
Big
organized crime? Is this just individuals sitting out there doing stuff? What is this?
80% of hackers are now working with organized crime. 80%. So it's organized crime to a large degree.
If they know that, then why aren't they doing something about it?
Well, they're trying. We are. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we sit. You and I sit here. We're trying to do something about
all
it.
we're doing is building awareness that people need to protect themselves.
Well, what else can you do?
2008 was the anomaly, right? That was that 5% outlier of market performance that happened beyond what we would typically expect in a normalized type of market cycle. And so when I look at these institutions, and we can go back to Bear Stearns.
I was going to say Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers, we can go through a number of them, right? Their risk model, which was based on modern portfolio theory, failed.
Yeah.
Failed.
And so miserably that those two companies basically evaporated overnight.
And it just put a chill through the rest of the financial markets in 2008.
So I've got a great story for you here, and I think this ties into what we're doing. Several years ago, had a couple that clearly had enough money to have a really nice retirement. And when we started talking about, what was important and what is it you want to do and what do you want your life to look like, and this guy says, I've always wanted to do one of those around the world cruises.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming you've helped people
yes.
do some of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a pretty long trip, and it's pretty expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, then go. And he said, I don't know if I can afford it. And I said, okay, so let me show you. Let's go run this through your plan. Let's put that expense in your plan, and let's see what happens to your probability of success of still being able to do everything else you want to do if you do that world cruise. And it didn't change anything.
Yeah.
And I said, go, take the trip. Next year comes around, we sit down and we talk, and I said, how was that around the world cruise? He said, we didn't do it. I said, why not? He said, I'm having a hard time. And I'm like, look, you got to do this. You got plenty of money. Let me show it to you again. Yeah. So finally, he got the message after a couple of years. He and his wife take the cruise. He comes back, and we talk, and he's crying. And he said, best thing I've ever done. He said, but I got to tell you. I said, why are you crying? He said, my wife was diagnosed with cancer a week after we got back.
Oh, no.
So
yeah,
had he not been able to give that experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for him, just that idea that, okay, I can do this, right?